Hello and welcome back, guys. So today I'm just going to run through the basics of what the Autel machine can do. I'm just going to show you some of the basics programming, coding that it does. This is on a BMW, and we all know that Autel machines are very good on BMs. A little bit better, well, not so much better on Mercs, and it gets worse as you go down the line. So it's really good for BMs and Mercedes, should we say. The rest of the cars, yes, it does work. It's perfect, but obviously it won't, you're never going to get what dealer softwares actually give you. So you got to always remember that. And I've always said before, Autel is always on top of the rest of the diagnostic machines, such as Snap-on and the remaining out there. And I've tried them all. And that's why I agree with this. In terms of price, it's perfect. In terms of what you can do, it's so much better. And it's so easy to use. So, to start off, ignition on the BMW. This is a BMW 2016 4 Series, should we say. If we start with the button, you can go into service, but we'll start with the diagnostic. So, to pair up the car, you can do it manually, or you can do it auto, or you can scan the VIN or whatever. We'll just do auto. It's so much easier for all. And then we'll do standalone, because we're not doing any work for anyone, so we'll just do that. And VIN chassis come up, and it's just telling us the make and the model of the vehicle, or you can manually select it. We'll hit OK. That shines, that glare's not nice, is it? So we'll just wait for a few seconds. It's turned the ignition off, just same as before. It's the exactly same process as my previous diagnostic machine. So that's done that. It's now doing this. So it's the same speed process as the previous one. It picks up the machine, like the defaults, the car up at the same speed as my previous diagnostic machine, should we say. Now the difference between this and the previous one is, for BM especially, it works identical to, well, I wouldn't say 100%, but more or less similar to what dealer software is. So if you've got dealer software, BMW dealer software, this is the sort of kind of shape and program and stuff you have. This is the layout, should we say. And this is what Autel has done, is giving you the same layout. However, if I used it on, for instance, that Vauxhall there, I promise you it's going to be different. So anyway, we'll do a full scan, and I'll show you. I'll plug it into the Vauxhall later, and I'll show you what it does. So here, that was very quick, I'm not going to lie. It did it a fraction of what my previous one did. Took literally 2 seconds, as you saw. So it tells us where the faults are. So FEM, front electronic module. We've got here, trouble codes. And this is because headlights not coded. Live data, you can do all this. Active test. Now I'm going to go into active test on more or less every single module on this car, because a gentleman did message and he said, I bought one of these and it's not worked. There was not enough like active test. There was literally nothing, in other words, in what he saw. So what I'm going to do is go through it all, and I'm going to go through the active test also on that Vauxhall, so you see the difference. And now remember, every car is different. Some are, 3-door, some are 4-door, 5-door, whatever you want to call it, and they all have different functions. So for this one, you've got these. Now, roller sunblind for rear window, that doesn't exist in this car, unfortunately. So no matter how hard you try, it's not going to work. I'll just ping back. Activation complete, but there is really nothing in this car, so I don't know why it's decided to do it. Trouble code, as we said, it's there. So if I come back out of this, I'm going to start with the top here, and trouble code, obviously there won't be anything there. Live data, you've got normal general, and then you'll probably see a reset or something. No, there we go. You've got these here, and then active test. You've got reset control unit or general, flex rate initialization. You hit activate, but we're not interested in that. I'm just showing you the basics. So in this one, you only got two options. Coming on to the controller, trouble code, active test. You've got two controller buttons function, back button, media, which is this one here, by the way, just so you know. So you've got all them functions. Obviously you're not going to get any more because that is the only thing that exists there. So coming on that, the active test on this, let's see. You've got these here. Really, sunroof. This does not have any sunroof, as you can see, but it still has it there. So that's that. The hub, active test. You've got these, so you can activate all of these. Combi, instrument cluster, which is that there. Active test. Probably says reset mainly. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So you've got all them. So you've got them. Well, let's just have a look again. Sorry, combi. So yeah, speed, you've got all them anyway. So come back. That was combi. Airbag control module. So it's just a reset. You can't really do anything with the airbag control module, which we understand. DDE. Now the engine, shall we say? Active test, and you've got them. However, you've got a hell load more. In a second, I'll show you. So that's the engine, and some of you think, well, I can't activate the EGR, blah, blah. No, I'll show you later on. We're going to service, and I'll show you. You can literally see a lot more. Activate test. This is that. I'm just basically running through a quick one here so you can all see what it's like and whether it's worth it or not, but in my eyes it is. Electric power, and that's the, yeah, again, like you probably say, where is the ABS, such and such, but don't worry, that's also in service. EGS, the transmission, it's just a reset control. Again, don't worry about that, that'll be in the service. Like, obviously you're limited on what you can do on specific things, but the remaining is elsewhere. So that's fine. Integrated. Yep. And then on there you've got a few more. And then the heating system, active test. You've got all them, to be honest, and I'm sure if you click on it you get more. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that. So come back out. Rear electronic module. Active test. You've got these. Seat belt extender. Them. So come back out. The emergency, that's the emergency loudspeaker. I'll just probably scream at you, which I don't want right now. But that's that. And then, like I said, DDE. If we go into service, and if you select engine, powertrain, sorry, expert mode, not bothered. The engine, or the DDE. So click DDE. You see? That's the remaining there, so you can activate, reset, coding specific things. That's the injectors, transmission, if you remember. Look, you can all do all that with it. Engine start, you've got starter, restart, locker. That one has just got that. Expert mode, it's basically, how can we put measurement while driving? So just click that, okay. And then you select what you want to kind of see. It's just I think it's a graph when you control. Let's see. Let's turn it on anyway. Do not close it. So it's giving us a live data, that's all it is really, nothing crazy. That's it, but again, with the other one actually, with my previous one, Measurement data okay. If there was any faults, like as in something not right, it would come up in red, but that stopped opening up again. Okay, so it's crashed on me. Happy days. But the previous one, for instance, if I was using it on a Vauxhall or whatever, if there was a fault in the EGR or injector, whatever it were, it weren't working right, it would actually come up in red and say, look, this is not right. And I'm sure it's the same with this, but we'll have to find a faulty card to do that in. Service, let's just go back on here again. That was the engine. The body, you've got like quite a few things which I'm not gonna interfere much, but you can do that. Chassis and suspension, like I said earlier, you go into this, you can play about with them. That one again, same. You can code in the steering angle sensor, etc. on this. Driver assistant, tire pressure control module. This is just if there's any faults, really, not maintenance. So this one you can reset the oil service. That's what you can do with this. That's the correction. That's what you need if you want to reset it. CBS reset. So it's gonna pop the date and time on. So it's telling us engine oil 55% left, front brakes 96, 22%, 51. You can reset it. I mean, it is going to go in for a service, so I might as well. I'll just reset just to give you a little. And then before I do, I'll show you service requirements, engine oil. It's showing as 11,000 miles. If I just reset it from 11 in a second, it will jump up to 19, 20, something like that. I can't remember. So still thinking about it. There you go, 19,000 miles. So 100%. So we'll come back out of this. In hot functions, it's very similar to the service. However, with this one, you've got pictures to guide you more than anything. It just depends really what you're after. That's to initialize the windows, headlamp, for example. Same as some of the things that we went through. Your DPF reset light. So you can do a regen and then reset it. That's the oil service light. Throttle. It's all like that steering angle sensor to code in. Programming. If we go into it, it's telling us to program you need the normal cable that comes along onto this, and then there's this one connects to this at the top. If you press OK, and then you can start coding in cells. So you've got these two options. Now, I've already been through the car, so I'm just going to use the existing one to make life so much quicker. But if you did, let's say new, it makes no difference. It'll be the same process. So you've got all these here. Now, if you're going to ask me what's the difference between this one and the previous one, they're all same. It's just this one that's new. So you can go into coding or programming and coding. I'll just show you anyway. Initial report. Let's see. You literally get the modules, nothing crazy. Vehicle detail. Oh, come on, there we go. So these are all the stuff within the car, not bothered. Coding. So you can do complete coding, selective coding. So it's already highlighted what I need to code to the car. But yeah, these are some of the functions they ask. Programming code is same. Car key memory. This is very, very good actually. You can do a lot of things in terms of, you know, getting rid of the seatbelt warning, turning off quite a lot of things. And if you've got navigation, you can play around with it. You can. I always recommend you back it up before you do cheat coding, because it's a ball ache. And if you do mess up, God help you, mate, can't really do much. You'll have to go back and see what you've changed. Because sometimes you, like, for instance, let's say you code in an ambient lighting from the inside, or a cluster, whatever it is. And if it's got like a head-up display, it'll get rid of the head-up display. It'll just like abandon it. It'll just cut it off. And then you're like, well, why doesn't it work? It's because when it's like coded that in to do a specific thing, it will get rid of that. So you need to go back into head-up display and then activate it and turn it on. So make sure you've always kind of like... So just the basics. I'm not going to go through all this. I'm going to go through it on another day. But you can like activate and deactivate. So it's quite good. I mean, not bothered about that. So let's just go into like this warning here. So like seatbelt warning, some people want it off, like taxi drivers and stuff. Really, a lot of the times they don't want it. Seatbelt reminder. So this is all it is. Audio, again, you can like make it better. So you can, where is it? So you can make the sound system, change it to, can't really remember, you'll have to go through them. I know it's one of these anyway. You can change it to like the top end speaker. You can change the sound level, increase the sound level to the maximum. So lighting. So here it is. These are just some of the basics. So for your rear lights, you can increase that to 250, I think it is. I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to show you. So 255, and this will like brighten up the rear lights. So when you've got the lights on, you've got that standard bright red, shall we say. But whereas if you did like make it to 255, the brightness will be a bit more brighter, so you can see it better. But there's a lot of, you know, hidden features you can do with this vehicle. Parking distance control. Yeah, this is what it does. But yeah, I'm going to come back out of this. Not retrofit and conversions are like, for instance, if you've changed something. So yeah, this one here. So, you know, you've fitted a camera. Even like the suspensions, the oil service. What else? Languages. So there are quite a few things in there in the retrofit, and just remember, like, this is so much quicker. Like before, I used to hit retrofit, and God, I'd be stood there for about a good 5 minutes before it went onto it, telling me to turn off the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth. Special measures. Individual programming. Okay, let me see. Oh, you can do... That's a new feature that I wasn't getting previous. So programming follow-up, which you go into a specific module. So I don't even know, to be honest. Yeah, let's say that. And you hit OK, but I'm not going to go into that. And then do your programming. That's one of the only things left. Control unit list. This is the list. Again, it's the same as the coding. You select it, code it. Restoring vehicle. No, I'm not going to restore anything because I've not done much with it. And if we come back out, hidden function and retrofit is what we already went through. Auto scan is what we've done. So you can do it like that, or the list. You can do it both ways, but I like how that's done. You've got these two options, quite good. But the list is quite handy as well. It shows you where the fault is rather than going through the whole module. But yeah, this is it, guys. There's nothing much that's crazily different to the previous one. But you've got all these cars. Yeah. Oh, you can minimize it, like I said. You can go into America. You know, you've got these, Europe, Asia, and yeah, so on and so on. But yeah, that's it really. I mean, coming back out of this, you can go into service, go into a specific one. But remember, as I went into the hot function, this BMW, for instance, didn't have this, didn't have that. So you got to remember that some of these are probably like for electric cars, for all we know. I mean, I don't know until you actually plug it into the car, and then it will say, you know what, this car has that, and then you can get into it. But yeah, this is it. And I'll make more videos on you know, coding and programming. I'll plug this, like I said, into another vehicle, non-BM or Merc, should we say, and I'll see what other functions there are.